It's funny how this guy's talking so much big smack, but he's absolutely the worst player in here. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 and I'm bringing you a Company of Heroes 2 replay. This is a 3v3 on the map Rezhev Winter. We also got Dante Alinery? Wait, what? We also have Mr. Thankwood, Joe Pims, Premeditated, John Seed, and Durley's Wangler's Freedom Fighter, or what we can see here on the left-hand side is a fuckwit. Anyway, this is a replay submitted by a fan, so if you want to submit a replay, you can go down below. There's my Discord there. You can also submit via my email. And also, just a reminder, you can submit it either capacity, and I try to look at both. For example, this week, I looked at a bunch of stuff from my email that I recently received. So again, thank you guys so much for sending in this stuff and being nice, awesome people, unlike this guy, who I truly hope dies a horrific death. What is happening? This guy, how is this guy controlling his units? Oh, he's not. He literally has 3 units and 400 manpower. So he's spending more time typing than he is actually playing. What is happening over here? This is literally a battle in-game and in chat. As the MGs advance, German forces are on standby with an MG hitting this one. This other one is engaged by a mortar. So if he can keep that up and kind of keep them separated and dealt with, he's probably going to do well. Engineer squad, though, coming on in with a flamethrower, trying to move on in against the MG, which is being suppressed, as well as the mortar being chained. Flamethrower is going to start doing damage. Moving on in, MG has to reposition. Though this MG is definitely hit, the other MG as well under mortar fire, though, it's not enough, and looks like that MG will be knocked out. Unfortunately, though, the engineer squad in that did drop, I believe. So the Axis forces can grab a flamethrower and also pick up their MG in the meantime, as well as the other MG the Soviets left behind. I have no idea how, like, once seeing this guy so many chat bubbles, what's interesting to me is the fact you don't press on him, because he's spending so much time typing, you figure that he won't be able to micro his units, and that's actually kind of coming to fruition. He's kind of just blobbing. Storm Pioneers are clearing mines, so I can't say he's definitely not focusing in some capacity, but then you have this that almost gets picked off. Great wipe, by the way. Also, minesweepers over here help clear some territories, which is excellent to see. Penals can move in without being exploded, and this entire side is probably going to fall apart. I love how he tried to shoot the mine, though. I'll give credit where credit's due. Might be a terrible person, but you can still have some decent tactics. Storm Pioneers coming in to assist. Panzer II coming on in as well. So again, a rush for light armor, but hopefully Joe can use the scout car with PTRS rifles to effectively counter the loops, which is possible. I really hope we do see it. Oh my god. I never wanted a man to die so much. He's really making it interesting. Shock troops again knock out the MG, so that's a good hit, but they themselves will probably be picked off by the half-track and grenadier. Interesting dive attempt, but can it pick off the shock troops? That would be the big win. He cannot. Grenadiers are too busy while being reinforced and also grabbing a flamethrower, which is a nice win. Yeah, we're absolutely seeing a situation where they are holding out. They're trying to reinforce. They're trying to fight, but the Soviets, while causing lots of damage, can't finish them off. Although they do actually make the Grenadier drop the MG42. Can they... Oh my god, no, you lost the Engineer. Oh, not Engineer, the MG. And the Flamethrower too. He thought he could win, but no, the Grenadiers hold off. They got like 22 kills in total? God damn. Oh my god, he immediately killed the Panzer II. Yep, he used the penal charge. So, it's funny how this guy's talking so much big smack, but he's absolutely the worst player in here. But it's the guy in mid, John Seed, who's really keeping his team together with great support equipment and really great micro with his Grenadiers. That's how, right now, he's been able to hold mid and help his team respectively. So you gotta give it where credit's due. MG covering the Engineers that were coming along the flank. Nice grenade. Can we get a wipe? We do! British knock out one of John Seed's forces, and now the Penals have nothing stopping them from forcing in against the mortar teams. By the way, I also love how this guy has been absolutely silent. Fuckwit, unfortunately, has decided that, unfortunately, talking big doesn't help you win games. So he's been absolutely silent. By the way, I forgot to go over all the doctrines. We have Storm Doctrine. We also have Mobile Assault Regiment. So again, Mattress could be coming into play. I think I've covered the others. And we have Freedom Fighter going with Special Operations. I'm sorry, Fuckwit. Scout Car gets neutralized by a mine. Or Rakan Morphers, not sure. We have a small push, Pack opening fire, but misses. I wonder if it's because of the cover and the area around it. Half Track is dodging a second shot somehow, but I don't think it's lucky to continue at this rate. Meanwhile, Soviet forces will retreat. And again, double fuel for the Axis, which is a big F. If the Axis can continue to hold that and then get armor. Alright, so real quick, low level alright, Mr. Fuckwit, let's be honest right now. Let's see who's a low level. Yeah, sure, you don't have that much playtime, absolutely. But you're not exactly high up there. You're being really supported by 2 other players. So, by the way, I will be reporting this. I knew a player in this was toxic. I just didn't realize how toxic. But yeah, this is a clear example. So I'll make sure after I'm done streaming today that I'll submit that in. So don't worry. Small push coming on in. And oh my god, there's a lot of dead men here. Yeah, it looks like a lot of penals died. I'm not sure by what, but oh my god. It was a slaughter, whatever it was. I have to assume it was infiltration grenades. But, yeah, maybe not the best idea to do that. Oh my god. Penals get their revenge, though, and destroy all of the Volk squads. He's bringing in mortars, trying to wear him down. But Penals are able to be unsuppressed once they retreat to that position and then move around to get around the MG. And if he moves this way, I think he'll be in a good position to overwhelm these MGs. MG... Both MGs are neutralized, and now the guy that is saying he's the best player currently has the smallest army in the game. Also, cutting off territory. Nice, effective push. We can see here that this territory is not connected, which is really, really positive. Meanwhile, Grenadiers are forced to advance, hoping to reconnect the territory. Mortar's definitely under fire, and there's not much stopping it, but we do have a KV-8 flamethrower and the half-track coming along in, so they could overwhelm, once again, those forces. Although fire's about to come in, KV-8's dropping fire, half-track's dropping fire all sorts, all around the area with British, again, going for the cutoff. Great push by both allied players. And again, we have a complete collapse of a highly mobile army, which is good, so we can retreat quickly. But armor-piercing rounds are no joke, and they demolish the half-track very quickly. KV-8 is dropping fire, but may have pushed too much. Flak defenses are hitting him, and unfortunately, he's having a real rough time. Meanwhile, again, the British are launching an assault, but the Cromwell does hit a teller, delaying the army quite significantly. But maybe he can neutralize some of the emplacements that have been put down, like the bunker that's reinforcing. Meanwhile, on left, it's not going great for Fuckwit, as unfortunately the Zisgun is lighting up his own defenses. He himself doesn't have a lot of fuel coming in right now. The double fuel portion for the Axis is no longer there, as the Soviets took that back on the right, and his own resources are pretty scarce. Like, he can get the base operational, but that's it. He can't buy anything if this thing dies, and it does, so unfortunate. KV-8 trying to do some more damage, but Stug holding its own. Really awesome job there. And another Stugan command tank coming on in. Might just be enough to bring down the heavy KV. They're firing. Command tank gets around. Pack gun still trying to support with the Soviet crew. Stug so close to bringing down the behemoth, and they do. KV-8 is neutralized. Panzer IV pushing along that side, but Ziskan trying to hold him back. Here's the problem. Obosudan coming on in. Knocks out the AT gun. Penals might get close enough to throw something, but doesn't look like it now. Penal's still charging. This is a bad call. You're just allowing the Panzer IV an easier time at killing you. You do get the satchel off, but you do die. So again, not worth it. Don't sacrifice your men for no reason. I don't care how dumb this guy's playing. Don't be dumb yourself. Meanwhile, we have Premeditated on right, who's got himself a new army, has a solid mobile force still, which I'll give full credit for. With the KV-8 gone, this guy's gonna have to go more defensive, but he has shock troops. That's an offensive force. Again, look, there's a point where you can make a comeback striker, and I agree. I have done a comment where someone makes a comment, then I come back. But if you keep bringing it up consistently, you're just gonna cause more havoc. However, if the goal, and again, I'll change my tune here. If the goal is to make him off his game by making him so furious on typing that he can't focus on his units, that's a good strategy. I don't mind that. But again, just know what to say and don't push the buttons too much. So great job with the Stoogs and command tank. Again, solid job by Premeditated collapsing the Soviet front again. Solid counterattack. Meanwhile, we have a small push here with the Panzer IV healing him. Ostwind as well, backing him on up. And this is what I'm talking about. Right now, there's... he has some defenses, but they are slowly being smashed. Ostwind coming on in. A T-gun, though, is on standby. And looks like he did get some medical supplies, so he is reinforcing. I don't know about that reinforce point, but alright. Panzer IV smashes the Dushka, knocks it on out. Infantry trying to cut him off, though. Su-85 in the back, getting some good shots against Panzer IV. Oh, Stu coming on in. John Seed coming in to help his ally once again. And again, this is where again, that karma system comes into play. Because right now, Joe has lost his entire army. Matcher is firing point blank, trying to hit anything he possibly can. Ostwind as well, just trying to clean up the infantry. And again, the British does take some hits as well. It's kind of having a domino effect. He'll be able to get all this equipment, get everything operational, and be able to get all sorts of solid forces. Sure, also knock out the forward base. So again, I don't think a forward base there is a good idea in any capacity as a retreat point. But anyway, he's getting a Dushka, a Zisgun, a Maxim, like medical equipment. He has a good amount. This is... like, the best way to put it would be like the Italians advancing in the Greece, completely faltering in their advance, being forced back, and then the Greeks are like, oh my god, look at all the logistics here. We do get a great Su-85 hit against the Stuke, neutralizing it. Ziskin is still opening fire on the command tank, being brought into a fight where he cannot win. Again, great micro by the Su-85, pulling it back slowly. Luckily, it missed. Zisgun, come on. P-47 comes on in, forces the armored force back. Smoke was dropped, stopping them, and direct fire does unfortunately not connect, allowing the armor to escape. Meanwhile, the Brits are just done with this. We have a Comet tank. We have a Cromwell still alive, by the way, causing havoc on the front against John Seed. John Seed still has a massive army, especially more so than Mr. Thankwood. So Mr. Thankwood now has to be on his shoulders and carry this game with an injured Soviet on his back, as well as a still very aggressive German player. Su-85 on the field. Again, double Su-85. I was looking to see if the other one died. It did. You know what? I'll stop cursing and just call him Mr. F. There we go. So Mr. F is trying to move on in. The Dushka is now coming in, which will provide some good coverage and also hopefully cap the territory away from the Allies. Which, by the way, the Allies have now advantage. But this may be a trap as Mattress gets ready to fire, which also, again, can do White Phosphorus. Highly recommend. White Phosphorus on this thing is amazing. Oh, my God. Premeditated is just like, the fact it's so boring. Oh, my God. I don't know if... I feel like Premeditated is more talking about this than the other stuff. But anyway, Mattress comes on in, starts smashing Mr. F's lines. Infantry section fall back. Artillery is just raining down. Might be able to decrew the MG if he's lucky. Wait, did Premeditate leave? Wait, did Mr. F just be so toxic his own player left? Premeditated was done. He was just tired of chat so much that he literally left the game. I'm assuming, based on everything that I just saw. Command tank advancing against the AT gun, trying to get around it, which again, AI is better than... sometimes has credit. Grenadiers diving the enemy. What is this AI doing? I think it's trying to Faust the Su-85? Oh my god, after this long, he got the Faust off. He literally got run over by an Su-85, but he did indeed get the Faust off. AI still holding his own and regaining the right side and also mid. Though Ostwind might die here to the 6-pounder. We'll need to pull back, but hopefully AI... never mind, AI is not smart enough to realize that, unfortunately. Now, Stoogs coming on in with also... hold on. Ostwind killing the infantry. Artillery neutralizing the Su-85. They're trying to kill the other one, but again, being so aggressive might be a little disastrous as the Su-85 picks off the Stoog and retreat. Or not retreat, as it advances, sorry. It's just trying to get one thank you. It's like, guys, can we please stop? Can we please just focus? I can't keep this up. Although, great shot killing the AI Stoog with the Su-85, though infantry coming on in prevents the AT guns that Mr. F wanted to kill that Su-85 with from finishing off that armor. John C coming on in to help stop the Soviet horde, which again, we've seen be neutralized time and time again. Hopefully the Oswin can do exactly that. If the other Oswin comes in as well, provides some additional anti-infantry firepower, that might just be enough. Hitting the MG, IS-2 comes on in. Do we have AT defenses? We have lots of artillery, which has been causing some havoc, but I'm not seeing a lot of AT. Although, great mortar hit. Oh my god, I actually heard that. We got radio silence active, so a lot of AT guns coming on in. IS-2 now being overwhelmed by fire. If he can stun it, maybe they can bring it down. IS-2's down to literally a quarter of its health after a few seconds. Stu gets out of there, but still, IS-2 will escape. The fast-moving units were not enough to bring down the armored behemoth, but it is enough to stop the Soviet advance dead in its tracks, though Brits are now pushing into mid. Some artillery fire is coming on in. Okay. British armor is advancing, also having a rough time. This lone Stug has to hold back 2 comets. I feel so bad for it. It's the lone tank destroyer of the Axis right now, holding the entire mid from all of this. Meanwhile, this guy thinks it's a great idea to move his entire army around the ice. Yeah, so the comets can just quickly shoot the ice and send his men to a watery grave. Anyway, so much infantry right here. I have a feeling a mattress might be coming into play. And by God, right as it's like my spidey senses are tingling. Or Katusha could come in and definitely deal the damage. And by God, it is getting some great shots against all the infantry. Meanwhile, Penals come on in trying to grab the territory with shock troops. IS-2 coming into mid. Ignoring the stuff on right, just like, I'm just going to charge mid, which might not be the greatest idea with double AT right there. You have the British forces being like, alright, Soviet, you know you have to get your side, right? Like, I can't just keep doing all your jobs for you. Triple Stug, sorry, holding back the mighty IS-2. Bring it down to half health, though S-75 is coming in for armor support. Stug's advancing against the Comet, but again, I'm sorry, the Cromwell, not Comet. Neutralizes it, and the mighty IS-2 will engage the King. Infantry coming on in, but again, no AT as of yet. And King Tiger is down quite significantly. Infantry, though, pushing back the Penals. Again, blob formation, which is really bad when you're being suppressed. Armor on the right is engaging the Stugs. Stugs having a bit of a rough time based on pathfinding. This one probably will die. Yep, there it goes. Firefly and Comet just shredding it. IS-2 trying to finish it off. Could do a high fragmentation bomb here as well. Dropping fire also on his men. Again, you're diving in. You're trying to be like, I'm going to show this man who's boss. And it's, could be bad. But King Tiger is just trying to heal through it, which is a strategy. Loses the men from a round. P-47 coming on in. And there goes the King. Although the plane does crash into the water. Mr. F is down to 3 men. Again, I wonder if this guy realizes the fact that this conversation is the why probably the guy left. Because the guy didn't lose anything. He still had an army. He's just slowly waiting for his army. He's not even helping his team. That's the worst part about this. You can shit talk, fine. But help your team. As right now, John Seed is single-handedly trying to hold back 2 forces on both sides. And being picked off slowly but surely. I swear to God, if this guy gets King Tiger, it's like, guys, we'll win with that. I'm just, yeah, no. John Seed, literally, you guys suck. Thank you. He's like, you both suck. I've lost everything. Shut up. You both are terrible. Artillery doing point blank on the armor. King Tiger coming in to, you know, show that the German armor can turn the tide of the game. No, you're just immediately going to die. Is this thing just going to immediately die? Oh my God, it's been decrewed. Oh, never mind, it's killed. Wait, did the guy just message me? I will give credit for at least John Seed not escalating things and continuing. Looks like this guy had a sync error, so he dropped out as well rather than surrender. And yeah, there goes the entire Axis force. Okay, so I want to note the person who submitted this is not one of the people that was being so toxic. Otherwise, I would not have casted this game. The person who submitted this game was Mr. Thankwood. So I do want to say thank you to Mr. Thankwood for submitting this game, because he himself was not toxic. He himself was pretty solid and helped his team pretty well. We look at overall damage, and yeah, Mr. Thankwood did get top kills and top damage. The silent person who came in and was just trying to play the game and helped his team the best way he could actually did do that. He did do what he accomplished to do, which was play the game, help his team, keep them in the game, survive. Joe did some good counters, though. Again, he fell into the trap of feeding the troll too much, which cost him his army. Because again, Premeditated and John Seed weren't being trolls. They actually had solid armies. So again, they did pretty well. Premeditated, of course, left. I don't know if he dropped. I don't know if he was just done with it. But whatever the case may be, he was just out. This guy literally is the instigator and the downfall of his team. Instead of focusing on chat, you really need to focus on playing the game, because there's so many instances he was typing rather than actually playing the game that could have saved John Seed's units, would have maybe helped keep Premeditated in the game. But overall, I think it was a solid game in terms of the players who actually played well, but it does highlight the key aspect of the community that is extremely toxic, that unfortunately some people have to go through. So I'm sorry that people have to deal with people like Mr. F, who instigate it, and like Joe, who continue to feed the troll and just make it worse as the game goes on. Hey guys, before you go, let me give a special shout out to Aphyria, Folkvard, Joey G240, Balam, Ace, Tony B, Ion, Little Koosh, Samuel McKinney, Seth Coopers, and Jacob Oswald. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support and generosity. If you guys want additional content, check out the links above. Otherwise, I'll see all of you next time.